We are on the topic of love your neighbor as yourself. We are discussing love your neighbor as yourself as having roots in the household, husband, wife, and children. In the last video, I stopped at wife respecting the husband. It is duty of the wife to show love by respecting the husband. Then, the wife, you have to be faithful to your husband. You cannot go and sleep with another man. If you do, you are committed adultery, which means you don't love your husband, and that can result into your death. It can result into closure of your business. It can result into a lot of calamities in your life. So you must respect your husband and be faithful to him. You, the husband, you must take care of your wife. Feed her, clothe her, house her. Do not starve her of resources according to what your capacity. Don't go and spend money on outside women while your wife and children are suffering at home. If you are doing that, you are not loving your wife and children, and you will receive the repercussion. The repercussion is very, very, very disastrous. Your life can be in disarray. Your source of income can close. You could be involved in any type of misfortune. So loving your wife and your children is paramount. You must satisfy your wife and children materially and spiritually according to your capacity. I do not say go and steal to take care of your wife and children. According to the resources God gives to you, take care of your wife and children within that capacity. Some fathers, some mothers treat their children anyhow. They do not care for the children. They don't even instruct them on God's way. Rather, they abandon the children, pursuing their own pleasure, going to parties here and there. They don't even provide enough food for the children, but they spend a lot of money in buying achobi, in buying party clothes, in going to social gatherings. You are not showing love to your children. By so doing, and you receive the repercussion. Definitely, there's nothing you do that you will not receive the payback. You have to take care of your children, your God-given children. God gave them to you so that you take care, appropriate care of them. And as you're taking care of your children, God will be blessing you. If you do not take proper care of your children, and you have the resources to do that, you'll be receiving punishment from God, which means you are not obeying that law. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you starve your wife of food and you have the resources, can you starve yourself of food if you have the resources? So why should you starve your wife and children of food when you have the resources? So love your wife, love your children, and take care of them. And one way for you to show love to them is to lead your wife and children to God. you must invite them to be studying the word of God with you, because you don't want them to go astray. You don't want them to go astray from God. You love them to the extent that you have to lead them to Christ. So, love your wife and children, and you, wife, love your husband by respecting her, by respecting him, and by being faithful to him. Whether your husband has money or not, be faithful to him. Because if you are faithful, God will be pleased with you. If you are unfaithful, you'll be punished severely. You receive the punishment almost immediately, but you do not know. You think it's normal. It is not normal. You suffer because of your unfaithfulness. Be very careful. Do not hate your husband. You, husband, do not hate your wife. Children, don't hate your parents. Parents, love your children. This thing we call love, it is what you put into practice. You learn it, you put into practice naturally. Human beings are wicked and desperately wicked. When Jesus Christ said, love your neighbor as yourself, he's telling you to practice it, learn it, and display it. Thank you. I have to pause this video to go to the next one.